All right, what's going on? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build out an entire outbound email campaign without touching a single spreadsheet, without manually searching accounts and contacts in Apollo, and most importantly, without you writing a single line of code. From start to finish, company lists, scored leads, enriched data, email copy, and a live campaign inside of Instantly. All of this is possible inside of Claude Code, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Hi, my name is Maddie, and I'm the founder of Outbounder. At Outbounder, we are a outbound go-to-market agency that help founders and revenue teams build more quality pipeline without hiring the headcount. I'm not a developer. I learned Claude Code in basically a couple of months, and it's genuinely changed how I work forever. What used to take me, half a day of research, copy and pasting campaigns and copy between tools, and then pulling together data from different spreadsheets and other systems, now takes about 20 to 25 minutes end to end. I'm going to show you exactly how to run this setup today. So at the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to use Claude Code to do all of the work for you. Let's go. Okay, so this is Claude Code. Inside of Claude Code, it runs inside of VS Code, or in my case, I'm using anti-gravity. Think of it like an assistant that can write code, run it, call APIs, and manage files, all without you leaving the tool. You just talk to it literally in plain English. So inside of my project folder, as you can see here, I've got a bunch of folders that live inside of this specific project. The reason I have that is because I've got a .env folder, which has got all my API keys, like Apollo and Instantly, which are tools we're going to use in building out this campaign. I've got a scoring criteria.md. And basically, this is just the logic of how to score the companies based on what my ICP is, right? We've also got a copy frameworks folder, which you can probably see just here, which is copy frameworks, which gives Claude the understanding of how I like to write copy. Your organization or your agency might have specific frameworks that you guys follow. And so every time you build out a new campaign, Claude Code is going to reference that folder so it knows the way that it should build out campaigns instead of just giving it the keys to the kingdom and run however it wants. Outside of that, now Claude has access to everything, and that's basically it. That's the whole setup. So let's run a campaign end to end from start to finish without leaving Claude Code. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a prompt here that says, pull a list of B2B SaaS companies from Apollo that are based in Australia with 1 to 50 employees. Use the Apollo API key in my .env folder and save the results as companies.csv. So what it's doing now, it's going and fetching that data. It's not just generating text, it's actually executing on this. And so if I did this manually, I'd be in Apollo's UI, I'd be clicking filters, I'd be filtering down rows, and I'd be probably exporting this to another spreadsheet somewhere. I don't have to do that now. Done. Pulled 556 B2B SaaS companies from Apollo. Each row has company name, website, LinkedIn URL, industry, blah, blah, blah. Amazing. Step 2, we are going to, and keep in mind, guys, I've got these prompts already done for today's video. Tier these companies using the scoring criteria in scoring_criteria.md and save as companies tiered. So now it's pulling that data of the companies that we just scrubbed. Now it's tiering those companies based on the frameworks that we already had inside of that folder. Here it says tier 1 and 2 buckets companies are empty because those scores require either hiring or funding signals, like hiring, sales roles, or funding, because they're good signals for us at Outbounder. And that data isn't available in what Apollo returns from a company search. We have name, industry, employee count. That's normal though. What you can also do here is you can add your Clay API keys here and have that as the next step so that you can take the data and then it can go enrich it in a tool like Clay without you having to go and open up the Clay UI, which is just incredible. So as you can see here, you said you'd need Clay or a job board scraper to layer in hiring or funding signals. But for right now, for today's video, that's fine. We've got 43 qualified companies ready for contact finding. Amazing. So I'm going to say to Claude Code, find me founders and CEOs and heads of sales at, and tier 3, I should add. Found me heads of sales, founders, and CEOs at tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 companies. Use Apollo and then save those contacts as CSV. Amazing. It's going and doing that. So think about what we've just done. We've found the accounts. We've scored those accounts based on our framework. We've found now the contact details for those specific contacts, and we haven't left Claude Code yet. And it's been about probably 3 or 4 minutes, which is just absolutely insane. So while it's doing that, Claude is basically looping through the company list, searching for the right titles, and bringing me back. Perfect. 40 contacts found across the 43 companies. The next step is email enrichment. A lot of those contacts will have missing or unverified emails. Totally, absolutely they will. So let's do that. Let's get the work emails for any contacts that don't have one, and then update contacts.csv. So now it's doing the next part of it, which is just amazing. Let's see what it ends up coming back with. Next step that I'm thinking about, perfect. 36 out of the 40 contacts have enriched with verified work emails, which is just awesome. Don't have to go and leave the tool still living inside of Claude Code. Now I'm going to say write the email sequence for these contacts using copy_frameworks.md and save as campaign copy. So think about it. We are doing all the normal steps that we would do with building out a campaign for either our own business or for a client. We're finding companies. We're scoring those companies. We're finding the right types of personas in those companies. We're getting their enrichment details. Think about the other things that you can add to this step. You can add in your Clay APIs. You can add in your Triggerfy or Appify APIs into Claude Code so that you're just talking to it in natural language and it's going and doing that. Perfect. 9 contacts with 3 full email sequences written and saved to campaign copy. Okay. It says here, look, the 9 that made it through are clean. We've had some errors because Apollo returned contacts from companies that didn't match our target lists and excluded titles, including blah, 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 blah. Perfect. That's fine. We expect that we're going to get some contacts that are filtered down. We only started with a really small pool, guys. I think we had 50 companies at the start. And the reason I did that was because for the sake of today's video, I'm not actually enrolling these people into a sequence. It's just to show you guys what actually is involved in building out a campaign. Cool. Now we are ready to push to instantly. So let's have a look here. Create a campaign in instantly called Outbounder, AU, SAS, book a call. I just named it that for the sake of today's video. Upload all contacts and add the email sequence and then leave it as a draft. So now found the contact, found the companies, scored the companies, found the right persona, found the contact details for that persona, written the copy, uploading that copy into Instantly for our review. It's been 6 minutes and 57 seconds of me recording this video, so pretty insane. Perfect. Here's what just happened. We found them, we scored them, we got the contacts, we got the copy, and we've uploaded it into Instantly. It's sitting in drafts. Go review it instantly before you hit launch. The sequence is ready to send Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Melbourne time with 3 days gap between emails. Actually insane. So now if I head to Instantly, I'm going to log in. I'm going to head over to any campaigns. Bang. And we can see it just there. The campaign has been uploaded. It's been uploaded with the sequences. It's been uploaded with the specific steps. It's got the schedule already in place for us. And it's been done end to end. I think that's just like incredible. It just blows my mind that we're able to pull the data, enrich the data, score the data, upload it to Instantly, ready to send in like 10 to 15 minutes. Crazy. Also, to keep in mind, this was a really simple example. The copy wasn't amazing. The list wasn't very large. We didn't add any extra enrichment data like funding or signals or website visitors. But all of that stuff is possible. Think about any of the tools that you use inside of your Outbound stack. Plug in the API keys and get the MCP if you want set up inside of Claude Code. And you're off to the races. You can literally build end-to-end campaigns now inside of Claude Code. And for me, guys, I'm just going to get better and better at using this tool. I'm going to keep, and for me guys, I'm going to keep getting better at this tool. I'm going to keep trying different things out, seeing what works, and continue to make content around what I'm finding works. But yeah, jump into Claude Code, add in your other tools and the API keys that you need, and build something, because it's just amazing what you can do now with some of these tools. So see you on the next video. Hope that was helpful, and I'll chat to you guys soon. Cheers.